is here, in this case, no difference between Jew and Greek. There is one and the same Lord of all, rich or resourceful. I like the word resourceful because it shows there is no end to his resources. He's really rich. For all who call upon him, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And actually, Paul quotes here Joel 3, verse 5. And it's if you're talking to people who are rooted in the Word of God, they know it by heart, and it goes on. And I know that with Paul, when he quoted this, and I had in mind, Kol asher yikra b'shem Adonai yimalet, everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. It went on automatically in his head because he knew it by heart. Ki bahar Tzion v'Yerushalayim tihye pleta, ka'asher amar Adonai. For on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there will be a refuge. So I just wanted to, I had to show you that this is very much what I'm talking to you, is very much grounded in the land of Israel. So this one little invisible attitude of the human heart makes all the difference. It is not, and I try to start where maybe I am as a Western Christian come from, as a German Christian, with us doctrine is very important, and that we have understood here that by grace alone you are going to be saved. So Paul here says, it is not the I have understood, I got it, I grasped it, I believe now as an intellectual effort, and only my belief system counts, and I add that, I will split from everyone who does not share my belief system. And therefore we have hundreds of churches, especially in the Western world, and we export them all over the world. It is not this, I have grasped it, and now I possess it, and I preach it to the world. I share it with you. What Paul says here, it is this little invisible, very tender attitude that cries out of a desperate heart, Abba, help me. Father, Daddy. It is amazing already in chapter 8, when Paul talks about the Spirit speaking, he flips back, he falls back into Hebrew, into Aramaic, Abba, help me. It's actually why I like Hebrew more than German. In German, children have all kind of other things they talk first. I myself have 5 children. In Hebrew, if they start talking Hebrew, the first word, actually before mama, is that they say Abba, 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 Abba. So every child can do that. Cry out to him and say, Abba, Father, help me, save me. And this is not something new that Jesus or the apostles have discovered. This is not something that distinguishes Christianity from the people of Israel. Paul, as I emphasized last time, quote Joel 3. It shall come to pass, and I will just want to read it in context. It shall come to pass afterwards, I will pour out my Spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old people shall dream dreams, and your young people shall see visions. Even on the male and female servants, in those days I will pour out my Spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and the earth, blood and fire and columns of smoke. The sun shall be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the great and awesome day of the Lord comes. And it shall come to pass that everyone, here it is, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved, for in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there shall be escape or a refuge. As the Lord has said, among the survivors shall be those whom the Lord calls. After having emphasized last time that there is no difference in certain respects, and having made that the heading, there is no difference. And this is what the world likes today. Everybody is the same, there's no difference. I would like to emphasize here with Paul in the same text, and you see how close it is together, and sometimes how in our feelings, how contradictory it is together, that here we talk about the one issue that makes all the difference in the world. If we want to be different, if we want to be saved, if we want to get out of this, how shall I say, of this circle, of this meaningless circle in this world that drives us to exhaustion and even to death, we have to shout, we have to cry out to Abba in heaven and say, please save me. And that will make all the difference.